My will to live is strong. How else could I survive that childhood in a bloodsucker's crypt, and even these years of solitude? The reckoning destroyed nations and armies, and even ancient societies like the Necromantic Order. But I survived. My master Calibar told me once that he had seen power within me that couldn't be wasted. But Lucian, the vampire who kept me for his own, wouldn't release me even when Calibar offered him 10 young children as a replacement. Since Lucian was a member of the Necromantic Order, Calibar's hands were tied. He couldn't force Lucian to turn me over, so he arranged for a holy crusader to learn the location of the vampire's crypt. That was the end of Lucian. I owed Calibar my life, but in the end I failed to return the favor. During the first hours of the reckoning, I returned to the Necromantic Order's secret library to find it in flames. Calibar lived within. I tried to find him, but the fire was too great. Naked, and with burns that would soon claim my life, I opened a scroll that was far beyond my power. I was dying. I could feel my scorched lungs slowly enabling me to take another breath. So I read the words on the ancient parchment. It was my last chance. I lived, of course. At least a part of me was still alive. The rest was undead. I had a foot in both worlds now, living and dead. But I didn't feel a part of either. Sometimes I ask myself what Master Calibar would do in my situation. But all my master's actions were a part of his plan to one day seize control of the Necromantic Order. I know from personal experience that he also had a strong sense of vengeance. Whenever someone crossed him, he usually had me slip poison in their wine, or a dagger between their ribs. So I've turned my eyes toward Waitrose. I realize that I cannot get back at everyone who has threatened me over the years. That kind of goal will only end in my own destruction, I'm sure. I wasn't looking for war, just revenge. Yes, it would be sweet to turn that officer and all those farmers into the undead. We wandered the woods aimlessly, killing anyone unlucky enough to cross our path, adding them to our numbers. And now my army has grown large enough that it has drawn attention of a druid who claims to be the protector of this forest. The man Hallis issued me a warning today, delivered by a sprite who flew away before I could interrogate it. Hallis's letter pointed out several times that my troops and I were an insult against nature, and that we should be destroyed. He stated that if we choose to stay, he would hunt us down and kill us all. Normally, I would have nothing to do with this man, but he is between me and Waitrose. So we march for the protector of the forest, and at first light, Hallis was no more. During my years in the wild, I learned to respect those magical forces that seems to be at work in nature. The superstitious call it Mother Nature, but I know it's something much more arbitrary, even uncaring. Much like myself, nature exists to survive. Is it really a contradiction for a necromancer to embrace nature? I don't think so. However, I had never seen a power like the one this druid possessed. He was capable of conjuring creatures, and even elementals out of thin air. What a power. Imagine not needing to rob graveyards for troops. But then, as I'm beginning to suspect, these powers might not work on the undead. The negative energy bottled within the undead would probably cancel out such creation magic. Still, I am not ready to abandon this idea entirely. There has to be a way to turn this into my advantage.